Hey folks, this is Jeff from This Old Kitchen. Hey, today we're going to be doing a corned beef and cabbage dinner that will knock your socks off and all your guests. It's a flat cut corned beef you buy, rinse it really well, let it come up to room temperature. Then what you're going to do is get a handful of black pepper, handful of cloves, small handfuls, like little, 10, 15, and about 3 or 4 bay leaves. Some celery, leave the tops separate, separate your tops so you can pull them out later and have your other stuff cut to size. That stuff's all in there. I also like to grind up some pepper, black pepper or multicolored pepper. Then what we do is we just take it and we submerge it in a pot of water. Take all this stuff first, put that in there. And we'll get this in there. That's just submerged. And we're going to take that and dump all that stuff in. You can put in the packet if you like. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. The stuff that comes with the pickling, the spices and whatnot. But that's about it. We're going to bring that up to a boil. We're going to get it, we're going to turn it down, boil it for, until it hits a boil, then turn it right down and simmer it for 3 to 4 hours. We'll get to the other parts in a little while. You're going to want to add in your carrots an hour beforehand. You can put in your wedges of cabbage 15 minutes before. Okay, so we've diced up or quartered our cabbage. We've cleaned up our carrots. We've got some celery. We're going to boil some potatoes as well. Everything's going in that pot eventually. You may need to add a little bit more water as it boils off. But as you see, we've got it just simmering here, top on, keep it covered. And that can go for 3.5 hours, 4 hours is great. Depending on the size of the meat, I've got about a 3 to 4 pound piece in there. There really wasn't much to skim off it, so I didn't do it because otherwise it would take a lot of the seasonings and whatnot off the top. So all this stuff, about an hour beforehand that can go in. I'll put that in about the same time. I don't like to cook everything to mush, so an hour is good for that. 15 minutes for the cabbage. Potatoes, sometimes I just boil them separately because no room in the pot usually unless we've got the stock pot out. So I'll just do them separately, or you can bake them however you want to do them. Red potatoes are great too with this dish. So that's it. Get yourself a good Guinness and book and wait for this thing to be done. That's it. Hey, how you doing? This is Jeff from This Old Kitchen. All right, so we've got our corned beef all set and all our accoutrements on the side. Some mustard, and we'll commence the cut. Looks like our grain's running that way, so we're going to cut it like this, I think. Very nice. Well, that's a wrap.